H.
Okay, we're starting the recording now. We'll more formally introduce everyone as we go on.
The last word. What is it? M-O?
Oh yes, hang on one second. I'll just do that. We're starting the meeting now. We're starting to record this now as well. And then we'll more formally introduce things as we go along. But while we're waiting for everyone to come into the meeting, we're actually going to do the BlackBerry All Devices setup on your phone. And by using the BlackBerry All Devices, that means Androids, iPhones, Windows phones, tablets, you name it, you can simply open a browser and go to ICIWorld.mobi. And when you're done, please show me your screen. Okay, you've got it. Okay, now you have an iPhone or an Android? On the iPhone, down at the bottom in the middle, and you have an Android or an iPhone?
iPhone.
iPhone? Down at the bottom in the middle, do you see a share button with a little up arrow? There's a little share button at the bottom in the middle. Down there, you see that little share button?
This one?
That's the one. Click on that one.
Okay,
and then click on Add to Home Screen. No, that was the wrong one.
That's the
Okay,
wrong
go
one.
back and do it again.
Okay.
Click on the plus sign. And this is good, and click on Add. Okay, you got to bring up the world on your screen.
Still loading. There you go. I have
Hang on
it.
1 second.
Which one?
Okay,
Here.
hang on.
You use iPhone? Yeah. Okay, I'll show
This
you.
is, okay, click on the 3 dots.
Get on.
And click on Add Shortcut to Home Screen. Where is Add Shortcut to Home Screen? Wait 1 second. For some reason, Add Shortcut, go to Bookmarks.
Here.
And it should say, okay.
On Android, you go to the top. It says
Yeah, I know that she's got an older one. See if you can help her.
Yeah,
Did you add the shortcut
hers
to
is
your
also
phone?
older one.
You've got the shortcut? Did you get the shortcut?
No, I haven't.
Okay, go to ICIWorld.mobi.
Hers is also older version. That's the thing. The attitude is only reading list or whatever.
Yeah, that's an older version.
Older version.
What do you mean? Oh, here you go. Click on 3 dots.
Yeah, older version. That's one. Here. No.
Isn't that something? Okay, we're going to talk about that later, and I'll try to help you.
How can
But
I
you
do
can
it
go
then?
and install the app. Go to the Play Store and
You
install
mean
the
I
app.
don't update the phone?
Go to the Play Store and install the app.
I don't update the phone.
Click on the 3 dots. And see where it says Add to Home Screen? And click on Add. Okay, let's see yours. Okay, can you go to the Play Store?
Play Store?
Or the App Store? Or the Play Store?
Here? Is it this one here?
No.
App Store? This is the App Store.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and are you logged into it, you know? You search for ICIWorld.
Here.
ICIWorld.com.
So now, what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a 3-second demonstration here. Okay?
Add.
What I'm doing on my phone, and I don't know if I can do that. Let me see if I can.
Should I? Is this one or the other?
That's the one. Yeah,
This one?
click on Get.
Get.
Okay, that's it. Just click once, whatever you do. Don't click twice.
And then do we still need to download? And no, it's already added to the home screen then.
Okay, now, once you have this, do you see the little icon on your home screen?
Yeah.
Okay, has everybody got it?
Yeah.
Make sure you got it.
She has not got it.
Okay, good. You got it. Okay, now go ahead and you click on it. I'm calling this 1 second.
Okay, 1 second.
1 second.
Yes.
Okay? Now, who does, anybody, here we're all residential?
Yeah.
Okay, no commercial? Anybody want to do commercial?
No. No commercial here. Okay.
Strictly residential. Then we'll
Yes.
stay residential, but I'm going to cover a little bit of commercial for the people that will listen to this later as well.
Okay.
So if you're at home or listening to this on a video on YouTube someday or some other recording device, this works for both commercial and residential. So you go ahead and click on residential, search residential, and you should have this form come up on the screen.
Yes.
When you get this form coming up on the screen, that was 2 seconds to get here.
Okay.
Now you search the database at the bottom, search the database, and you should see the list of haves and wants coming on the screen.
Here.
Do you see them?
Not yet. I click it, but nothing
that,
showed up.
You're doing good. Go ahead and answer yes to everything.
Allow?
Yes, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
did
Okay.
search database, but
Okay.
nothing showed up. Hey, I did search database, nothing.
Okay, well mine came up. Okay, maybe it's just the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
slow because of the wireless.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
It's up.
did everybody get this list on the screen?
Yes, so
Yes.
You got it? Anybody not get it?
I didn't get it because
ICIWorld.com? Yeah,
So,
ICIWorld.com.
Okay, now, when you bring this list up, 75%, I'm going to repeat because if you miss it,
what's
it's,
it?
okay, you can click on residential down there at the bottom.
Residential, okay.
It's on the screen. Follow the instructions on the screen. Whoever just came in, just follow the instructions on the screen.
Shall I enter my email?
Yes, go ahead and enter it. 75% of the information, I don't know if you can read this right from there. Can you see that up here?
Why it's taking so long?
Up here?
Got it. No.
75% of the information is exclusive, not on the Toronto Real Estate Board.
Oh, that's good to know.
Okay, this is.
I know. I want to hear. I want to hear. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, it is. That's what we're
Okay,
looking for.
that's what I'm here for, to open up what's going on out there.
Around. True.
Okay?
Yeah.
I like it when you smile. Then you
Okay.
appreciate. Only real estate people will really appreciate this, because this gives you lots of opportunity to make money that you can't do on the Toronto Real Estate Board or any real estate board. See, how many people in this room have 5 or more listings on the Toronto Real Estate Board? Anybody? 4 listings. 3 listings.
Have two.
2 listings. We got 1. 1 listing.
We have one.
We have 1. The rest have 0. This is normal. Are you not almost all of you out of business? Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Yeah,
Right
agree.
now, yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you how you can have 15 pieces of information working on the internet just as powerful as if you had something on a real estate board. Because what you're trying to do is to trigger a lead. If somebody calls you to go see a property today, you have a chance to make money today. If you don't have a showing today, you make nothing. 0.
Of course.
Agree? Disagree?
Agree.
Okay, we want to make sure, I'm going to ask questions like this, make sure we're all on the same wavelength, okay? All right, so this is going to help you network information. So ICIWorld is a real estate brokers, a global real estate brokers mobile networking service. It's an association of real estate brokers, okay? And you can join the association. It's free for you to use this anytime you want right now. It's free. You can search this, make a connection, go do a deal as much as you want. The only time there's a charge is someday if you wish to advertise. At that time, it's $40 per month or $319 per year if you want to advertise someday. But it's free for you to use it on your phone.
It's
You
like-
can make connections.
It's like a business exchange.
It's
online.
like a business exchange for
Online.
residential and commercial real
both,
estate.
Yeah.
And you can network information, which it's important for you to learn how to network information so that you are in conformity with RICO. And for the people listening online later, RICO is the Real Estate Council of Ontario. It's the same body. Similar bodies are run in every state and every province in Canada and the United States. So what I'm teaching now works for all of the United States and all of Canada. We've been doing this for over 20 years, smooth as a baby's bum, but the mobile sites is brand new, comparatively speaking. We've had 20 years of development, but we only got it down to, you saw how you can search within 3 seconds. You tell me, isn't that fantastic? You can be standing in line at Tim Hortons, bing, 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 and you can be checking the latest listings. You make a connection, you go show the property, you make $12,000, and you say, oh my God, this is beautiful. And it's because of your license. You have a license to trade in real estate. And only licensed real estate people can do this kind of business. Okay, so we're going to move on now.
So do we enter the email ID for this one?
Oh, for your, to log in, you're gonna, I actually have it written down here. I don't want to say it out loud because it's being broadcast on the internet. Everybody would know it.
No.
Okay, Now we're going to more formally get started. You have to fill in your email address. That's yours. Any questions before we get started?
My email address. So what?
Yeah, you fill in your email address.
Where?
Well, not there.
Yeah.
You already
I missed
already
that
did
one.
that.
I missed
already
it.
Okay.
ahead of the game, my dear.
Sorry?
She's ahead of the game.
You're already ahead of the game. You're already logged in. He's not
I know,
up
but
there.
I didn't put my email address.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I'll help you. Any questions you have later? I'm going to show you something special. You can mark this website down. I'm going to bring it up here. Hang on one second. This is called ICIWorld. You'll see it right up at the top. What does this say right up at the top here?
Make an appointment.
Did you see that, everyone?
Yeah.
Right up at the top? You don't even call us. We don't want telephone calls going back and forth and playing telephone tag. If you need any kind of assistance, it's like a doctor's office. You click on make an appointment. You look at your schedule, you make your appointment. If you want, I show you how it's done. You just click on make an appointment, and bingo, you can pick 30-minute appointment or 60. If it's a short question, 5 or 10 minutes, just make a 30-minute appointment. And if we're finished in 5 minutes, it's okay. You click on the appointment time. You select a day that you're interested, if it's Wednesday, and there's all your appointment times that you can choose anytime you want. Okay? Now, the reason we do that is we cannot have 50 people calling in at one time. But we can make 50 30-minute appointments easy. Okay? And that's very important for everybody to kind of know that. It's make an appointment is the easiest way to handle questions going forward. I'm going to stay here after this particular seminar and answer your questions as well. Okay? All right. Now, why are we taking your busy time? Everybody is overwhelmed with information today. Everybody's suffering information overload. We're overwhelmed with information. What the heck do you do with all of this stuff? How do you make it all work so that I can just go show property and make some money and help some people? That's what we want to do. We like to serve people. Well, a lot of money is being made using the internet. Now, I got to figure out how to move that other little thing around here. I don't know why that's staying in the middle there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's move it off to the side. There we go. So a lot of money is being made using the internet for real estate. And today I'm going to demonstrate even more than 5 things how each of you can make money. Now, what we're doing today is we've been on the internet for 20 years. 20 years as a real estate broker, 1994. Even when the thought of the internet, we were actually in 1992 thinking about there's a big thing coming our way to our real estate industry. And it sounds exciting. And I thought, well, gee, I know at the time I was selling new homes and we were spending money on advertisements and signs and doing all kinds of things, spending lots of money to try to bring in business. But the internet now, you can bring in business a lot less expensive and easier and better because everything is beautiful graphics and beautiful pictures and people from all over the world. They can go to your website, see a listing, and give you a call. And people are making business from all over the world, as you and I know it.
Toronto MLS will set it up.
Toronto MLS is a wonderful service. You know, does anybody know when MLS first started?
When? That's what we're asking.
Take a guess, anybody.
I wasn't here.
95,
1990,
98 or something.
actually 98, it's way, way before then, that's for sure.
85?
MLS, Toronto, like the MLS system.
76.
Stefano knows.
70s, 80s.
No longer, right?
Would you believe in the late 1800s?
Really?
That's when people like us, just sitting on a table, just like this, people are sitting around the late 1800s. People were sitting around on the table, brokers and salespeople, just like us. And I says, you know something? If you help me sell my listing, I will help you sell your listing. That was the basis of MLS, okay? Today, ICIWorld does this with information. I know of a property for sale. It's not listed. The man told me he will pay a commission, but he doesn't want to give a listing. Do you ever have that happen? Somebody says, I don't want to give you a listing. but I'll pay you a commission. You just bring me a buyer.
Yes.
Everybody in the room, because you're all busy. If you don't have it happen, you're not busy enough. You got to get more busy.
Okay.
You got to talk to more people, because a lot of people will say that to you. That is a piece of information I call the gold on the internet for real estate people. Because if you can find a buyer and go sell that property, you make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 and more. And we have some testimonials here of the brokers doing the deals. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Stephanie? Okay, just pass it around and just look at it yourself. 50 pages of testimonials of brokers and salespeople doing deals. Have a look and then you can put it back. This is all on the internet, so you don't have to take it. But you can look at it, while we're here. It's all on the internet. So it's a tremendous opportunity to make money with exclusive information that right now you are not doing. But after today, you're going to know about it. Whether you use it or not, it's up to you. I will help you.
So it's
to do it.
like exclusive listing.
Yes.
You give us a website to put it on. It's like that.
A website is separate. If you already have a website.
ICIWorld, right? Hold on.
Oh, ICIWorld, yes.
That's what you're trying to.
Yes.
This is the platform for us to put it on.
That's correct.
Right, on the internet.
Yes.
And could be exclusive or somebody, hey, I just want to sell, and then I'm going to bring the buyer for me, and I'm going to do it for sale
Yes.
by owner, whatever. That you can do it. Is that right?
You got it.
Could be
That's the essence.
duplicated. Could be duplicated. Like
It could
you
be.
guys
Somebody
telling
could
her,
put, somebody
telling
could.
me the
Yeah.
same thing and put it on, and I will.
Yep. That's the first question a lot of people ask.
Okay.
So sometimes it is duplicated. But
I got you.
if you're giving good service to the people, hopefully you're going to be the one they want to deal with.
Okay, so you're saying that we use that as a platform to find a buyer for
Buyers,
the listings.
both. Because I bet you everyone in this room has a buyer. Am I right?
Yeah.
Tell me one buyer that you have looking right now, looking for something, anything.
For investment,
Which?
investment property.
Investment properties?
Yes.
That's commercial, by the way.
Okay.
So you all do commercial. If you're looking for like a duplex, triplex, little apartment building, residential income producing property,
Yes.
we call that commercial and investment.
Yeah.
So you actually all do a little bit of commercial from an investment point of view, if you do that. Okay, and what price range, minimum and a maximum?
No, they are low, like 400.
400 to what?
To 500.
4 to 500,000, and where?
Need to be Welland, very.
Oh, Niagara region or Barrie region?
Yes.
Okay, that's a want.
Yes.
Right now, though, you and all of you are a secret agent. You're all secret right now. Nobody knows about it. You should shout it out. I want a property in Welland. I want a property in Barrie. You put that want on ICIWorld.
Okay.
And somebody in Barrie, they can call you. And they say, I have a property. It looks like just what you're looking for. Why don't you try to show it? You make an appointment. You go up on Saturday. You go show the property. You make $15,000, $20,000.
So if we put like that want on the ICI, do we
Yes.
pay to the ICI?
How much does it cost to put an ad on ICIWorld?
$40?
$40 per month
That's
or $319 per year.
Got you.
Okay.
So even
319
for
is
the listing
unlimited
also,
As much as
Unlimited ads.
unlimited.
Unlimited ads. Haves and wants. Now, you have 2 MLS listings.
Yes.
You can advertise those MLS listings on here as well.
Why do I need that?
If you already sell it and you don't want to expose it to the most people, it's up to you. In other words, the more exposure, the more people through the property, the higher and the better price you can get.
Now, what you're saying that if I put it on the ICI, which means I pay for the $319 or $40 per ad.
No,
For the buyer. Yeah, I know it.
$40 per month.
Per month. Yeah.
Unlimited ads.
Unlimited.
To look for the buyer to buy this specific
Yeah.
property.
Yes.
Got you. So I'm looking for, okay, I got you.
You know, if you're a member, and you might as well place your MLS listings there too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Good thinking. Good thinking. Let's move along because we got a lot of work to cover today.
What do you
And I love answering your questions. I really enjoy this with you, okay? This service was built for you, honest to God. Actually, this service was built for the public, but through real estate brokers support the service and give it to the public free so they can see all this stuff free.
How much does the public know about this website?
32, we get, okay. I don't know if you've ever seen our ads. There we are, right on the front page. Did you know that all these publications that we're in, it's a 300,000 readership in the Greater Toronto area from these magazines alone, and there we are on the front page. Now, how does this make you money? Well, if somebody picks up one of these publications and they see this, and they go to ICIWorld.mobi, just like you did today, and they see your ad, they call you up and you go show it, you make $20,000, all because of this ad, okay? And it's right in your front office, too. You probably walk by, you're so busy, maybe you've never even seen this before. The same thing is true with this ad, ICIWorld. So we are I'm calling ourselves a real estate broker association, networking exclusive real estate through mobile phones, okay? We're really heavy duty on the mobile. And the reason is that people are using their phones 5 times more than they use the computer. You all agree?
Yes.
Okay, you even see people walking down in a shopping mall falling into a fountain, because they're so busy reading, and there's accidents too. Anyways, that's another separate story. The point is, people are on their phones all the time, and if you can just take, 3 seconds to go search for something, especially yourselves, and you find buyers and sellers here, this is terrific. Now, let's move on. How to work exclusive information. I'm going to teach that today. It's very important that you learn exactly how to do it, because if you make a mistake, you can actually be in contravention of RICO if you make a mistake. This gives you extra opportunities that you never had before. Now, real estate widgets. There they are there. You see that sign with the spark plug? Okay. Right now, all of you have a website. Or does anybody here not have a website? Okay, just one? Okay, and we have something special for you. And the other thing that I can say is that websites are like billboards. You can have more than one. So if you have 2 websites, if they're making you money, why not? They're like billboards. However, for the people that all have websites, we have special widgets. We call them widgets, which are links to listings. So the exclusive information, all this information on ICIWorld, you can have it all on your website. You got it?
Yeah.
So in other words, somebody can go to your website and see property coming for sale, Mississauga, semi-detached home, $750,000. They can see that on your website. What's special about it? Nobody can click on the message number. What does that mean?
They are going to
They have to call you.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic? They have to call you. I'm going to demonstrate that today. We call them widgets. That itself, it works automatically. You don't have to do anything. It's on your website. They update, the listings update every single day. And somebody goes there, they see it, they call you, hop in the car, you go show it, and bingo, it seems so simple when you make the money. Getting there sometimes is the setup, and that's what we help you with. Let's move on. Why to consider having more website? Because they are like billboards. We support all websites. I think you're using Web for Realty a lot here. Incom. Or Incom is another website. We work with 30 different website companies. They all have our widgets on the website. So it works with Incom, Gabriel Jeans, Web Tech Design, every.
What about autopilot?
It works with it's just a link. And websites all have links.
Is it
So
free to use to put the links on a website? Or
so easy.
no, is it free or is it?
The links are included in your membership with ICIWorld. Okay? We're like an association, like an automobile club. We have lots of services, and when we get more new services, we put it all into the membership for you. Okay? Mobile websites. All right. I'm going to give you the strategy right now. I hope it sinks in that you really hear this good, because this can make you a lot of money this next year. Retenure with your customer. One customer, just pick somebody, friend, family, doesn't matter. And let's say that you are showing them your website. This is an example of a website, a mobile website. You see how it fits the screen nicely? Okay, and I'll show another one here too. There's lots of different samples of web, and you can make them look like anything you want. I don't talk about the design. There's thousands of different designs. You can make them as pretty as you want. But what generates the leads is the listings. If you have listings, that's what people, they go for. This is another website, another HomeLife website. Okay. They click up here, and then if they have your website on their phone, they can search real estate anytime on their phone. That's a strategy. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 people that you know, the last wedding that you went to, can you imagine if everybody at that wedding had your real estate website on their phone? Wouldn't that be good? So we're going to talk about that. Now, what is so good about having that? Well, I'm just going to click on one example here. These are the websites that we make, but it works for your websites too if you have a mobile website. But it's very important to have a mobile website. And then you're going to have all of these beautiful homes that are going to come up on your website, because we have some major world networks here of properties. I'm just going to click on one of these. Click on, here, I'll click on, I've already clicked on this one here. It's a little bit slow, but it's coming. Because the LTE doesn't work down here. But the wireless is working, so that's good. The point is they are going to have color photos, slideshow displays on their phone from your website. And they can have exclusive that other brokers don't have. We only have 1,000 members. There's 44,000 members at the Toronto Real Estate Board. So you're right in on the ground floor kind of making all this work. But there's some, okay, there's only a few pictures for that one, but I'll click on it. And I'm going to show some more pictures up here. This is a little slow, so I'm not going to wait for it. I'll show you on the computer. We have just under 1,000. 1,000 members, real estate brokers and salespeople like yourselves. Okay, let's move on. So that's the networking that's going on in the industry. The people that have not installed the app, you can also install the app. I'm suggesting that you have both the mobile website and the app. You can do both. All right, now we're going to get on with this. To do everything for the last 20 years, studying everything that it takes to help each of you make money, because that's what I'm studying on the computer all the time. It would take longer than 2 hours. I only have less than 120 minutes with you. That's it. The rest you're going to have to go online. But I have an YouTube educational channel. You mark that down. You can go and listen to the similar that we do in all real estate offices. This is similar for all real estate offices. Okay, so you can see it on the internet, on YouTube. Now, normally I would spend time going through this, but we started a little bit later. If we have a large group before the 10 o'clock area, I would go through all of these apps for you to put on your phone. Right now, I'm just going to cover them very quickly, but it's good to spend time on these apps. This program here, Evernote, you should write that down. In fact, you can take a picture with your camera. That's a good idea. Take a picture with your camera. Those apps are all good apps for you to have on your phone. From a planning point of view, from organizational point of view, from running a company to running your own business, Evernote is the #1 used app in the world of its kind, Evernote. And you can just pick it up. If I think of something in the middle of the night or in the daytime or anything at all, what I do is I just go to Evernote on my computer right here, and then I can add a note, bingo. And I can file the notes. I can put them in folders. So if I wanted one topic, I think of something, oh, this is good for that. You can file them all, and you can make folders, and you can have news articles. And I have news articles that if you're reading the newspaper or Facebook or something, you can click it and save it right into Evernote. So it collects all of your thoughts, all of the things that go through your brain. And I'm getting kind of worried because at my age, you start to forget things. Right? And this way, I'm hoping that this is gonna be part of my brain, you know. It's gonna remember things for me, I'm hoping. If I can remember the password to get in all the time. KeyPass info, I have 180 passwords. Oops, sorry. I have about 180 passwords. I can't remember them. So I just put them into keypass.info. That's the one that I use. It works on all devices. It seems to work good. But personally, I would never put a bank password personally any place on your computer, on your handheld device, or anything on the internet. The bank. Now, what difference does it make?
How much do you have in your bank?
How much do you have in yours?
More than you believe.
There you go. That's never ever, right?
So it's important to, you know, about protecting yourselves with that, with the bank passwords, because so many people are getting tricked. Over $1 billion has been taken out of people's pockets. And I do a special seminar, which it takes a full day. And again, it's so much to teach of all the tricks that all the thieves and the con artists and all these people are trying to steal money from everybody. And they're tricking even smart people. Doctors have lost $300,000. Like, smart people are losing money. You've got to be very careful. And I have something special for you coming up that you can do on your own time. Now, this program here, Dropbox, that's important for me. Because if this computer dropped on the floor right now and broke, I'm doing a seminar with you. What do I do? Well, does anybody else have a laptop?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it for 2 hours to do this seminar? I can log in
Yeah.
to Dropbox
Right.
and I can go get this file.
Right. Yeah.
It's automatically stored in Dropbox. Everything's there, instantly updated. So if I lost this computer today, and I have a question now for each of you. If you lost your computer right now, you went home and it's not there, are you in trouble?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go get Dropbox. That's one solution. You may have others. As long as you have a solution. By the way, people, these are my suggestions. I'm just an assistant for you. Everything I do, it's a suggestion for you. You're the boss. You're the CEO of your real estate business practice. I'm just making suggestions from experience because I serve 1,000 brokers, just like I'm serving you now. I help you one-on-one in those little webinar workshops, and then that's how we help you take advantage of this. But you're the final decision maker, and if you have another program that works good for you, stay with it, you know, if you have it. Everybody knows how to make worldwide phone calls free?
Yeah.
We don't have to cover that? Worldwide phone calls, absolutely free, okay?
You
And
pay,
with
right?
WhatsApp-
You pay Magic Jack. I pay Magic Jack. Did you guys
Well,
pay?
maybe $50 or something.
Yeah, you do pay, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Skype, I never use Skype.
WhatsApp
I
is
use
free.
WhatsApp
is
What's-
I use
What's up? How many says WhatsApp's the best? There you
It's
go.
very good.
You
Easy.
just,
No,
WhatsApp
I
is,
use what
Best.
is that? WeChat.
WeChat is like WhatsApp.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, it's exactly the same thing,
Mainland is
but that's right. So you can use both, or just use WeChat. It's up to you.
Facebook, yeah.
And FaceChat is starting to do
Facebook
that.
Messenger.
Yeah. And then Instagram, inman.com, this is really good for you. Okay, this covers a lot of issues in real estate that are great for discussion purposes in meetings like this with all your sales staff.
What is that?
It's inman.com. It's a publication in the United States, all for real estate people. You can mark it down, and they also have a whole bunch of apps there that they suggest that are good for real estate people. So I would mark inman.com. Everybody know if you lose your phone how to find it?
No.
Okay, make sure, I'm going to tell you, when it happens, you're going to be in a crisis right away.
I know.
Okay, so test yourself how to find the phone. Okay, try to say, leave it someplace and then try to find it.
I called my
You call myself ring for the ring.
Now, this program here, Some of you, if you click on your computer at home and the website doesn't come up right away, it could be that your internet connection is slow, your router might be slow, or your computer might be slow. But to eliminate the connection, I've done this with a lot of people, and they didn't even have the basic. The basic minimum should be 1 megabyte upload and at least 5 megabytes download. If you don't have that, I would call up your internet service provider and say, this is not good enough. I might have to switch. Is there anything you can do for me? And all of a sudden, they change a few little things. Bingo, you're all of a sudden faster. Sometimes I think they got a low speed until you complain. So complain that you want a little faster speed. Now, if you want it faster than that, then you pay $5 or $10 a month more and you get the faster speed. But time is money, so you want to be able to click and go. When you go to speedtest.net, you can test your speed. My home speed is 10 megabyte. You can mark this down. 10 megabytes upload, and I have 40 megabytes download.
Yeah.
Who else has got faster than that? You got faster, 60 megabytes download.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. But I'm happy with that.
So it should be how much?
Make sure you have more than 1 megabyte upload. 1 megabyte upload minimum, absolute minimum. Otherwise, get another service or get, and then at least 5 to 10 megabytes download. But he's got 35, and I got 40, and you can see that you can get a lot more. Whatever you do, don't click on anything else on the page. Just do the test. Because if you subscribe to click on something to speed up your computer, they start bothering you with a whole bunch of ads and a whole bunch of other things. Now, the snipping tool in Windows, if I wanted to capture what was on the screen here, I could actually go here and just type in snipping, snipping. You see the snipping tool? Everybody's got it. You click on it. And then if I was interested, where did it go? Hang on one second. Is it done? Oh, down here, snipping tool, yeah. Okay, there it is right there. And I can go to new. And then I can just say, oopsie daisy, I copied the wrong thing. But you get the point. You can snip anything that you want. Okay? There it is. Is that it there?
Yes.
Okay. So then I would go new, and if I wanted to copy the screen, I would go like that, and then I could just save it. That's called a snipping tool. Everybody's got it. Okay? Isn't that a nice little thing? Now, I take it a step further. I have other programs that do more than even that. But anyways, that's it for now. Now, if you want to go to some real estate and other apps, everybody should have realtor.ca on their phones. And when you're driving in your car, let's say you've got a customer in the car, and you're in front of the house, and then they look across the street and they see another beautiful home, and they say, well, I want to see that one. Well, you can bring up your realtor.ca right on your phone, and you can bring up that house right on your computer and say, oh, well, that one is $900,000, but your budget is $600,000 to $700,000. So that it removes, their thinking that that home could be for them, and then that way it helps you in real estate. Now, I'm not from this area, but I can show homes in this area. I can drive down any street, pull up realtor.ca, and I can see the inside photos of the home, all the details, the prices, and everything. So you make sure that you have that, because ultimately, we're really not selling homes. We're really selling service. So if you can have all these nice services right at your fingertips, then they're going to really appreciate all that from you, each of you. Okay, and there's, I'm not going to go through all of these other apps, but there's a whole bunch of other ones there for you in the essence of time, because we're running a little late. For the commercial people, this film will be seen later on YouTube. If I remember to record it. I think I did, though. You can see all of these other top commercial real estate apps, but today we have a general residential audience for real estate brokers and salespeople. We're covering everything we cover works for residential and for real estate. Everything we cover works for both residential and commercial real estate. But I'm not going to go into the commercial apps today. You can go to our YouTube educational channel, the ICIWorld Educational YouTube channel, and you can see other seminars that we've done that cater to commercial. Saving keystrokes for the rest of your life. If you aren't doing this, you're going to see up here, this is called a favorites bar. In other words, if you visit a website, say this website right here, and you want to put that on your favorites bar, you just kind of drag it right down there and let go. And this is the favorites. You can actually save that and put it right on your favorites bar. And when you click on it, it'll come up. You should put the Toronto Real Estate Board on your favorites bar. You should put Google on your favorites bar. The top 10 items that you visit every week should go all on your favorites bar. If you want to move it around, you can slide it over here. If you want to delete it, you just click on, in this case, move to trash. Okay? And you should have all your top 10 favorite items. So if I was to close this and then reopen it, I'm going to show you that you'll notice that I never type in an address. If I want to go someplace, I just click on it. In this particular case, I set HomeLife up as on my favorite bar, and I put a number of them there, and look at that. I'm opening up 10 websites instantly all across the top. They're already open. I never typed in one thing. If you're typing in your computer to go to websites every day, use the favorites bar. You'll never have to type in your top 10 favorite websites ever again for the rest of your life. If you want help doing it, how do you make an appointment? If you want some help from me, you go right up, you go to ICIWorld.com and click on make an appointment, and then we'll show you how to do that. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Ready? Oh, down here. Okay. We were talking about a lot of the problems on the internet. I don't ever want to do a seminar without covering this for you. Mark this down. Does anybody know how to connect their computer to their television at home? Yeah. You do it? Okay. I think this should be for the whole family. You can make it a half an hour or an hour and show the kids, because, you know, I know in Burlington Burlington as a city was the most insecure city for intrusions on computers in homes, because if you got 4 computers that are open throughout the house, they're open all the time. The kids are upstairs and somebody else, the teenagers are over here and somebody else is here. They can get broken into really, really easy. And maybe everybody should have a security conscious mind that lives in that house, because it only takes one to open things up. Click on one thing, bingo, keystroke logger gets on all the computers, and you log into something, everybody knows it, whoever wants it. Now, the reason why maybe it's not happening to you is because maybe some of us are small fish, we're small fry. In other words, they've got it if they, pardon me?
We're way too small.
We're way too small, that's right.
Tiny fish. Tiny fish.
We're tiny fish. They're going after the banks. They're going after the big money that's on the internet. And that's what's happening. And they're spending all their time up there. But the fella, you wouldn't believe it, was from Ancaster, who got, what was it, 300 million Yahoo, I forget whatever he got. Okay, he got 300 million. He's right here in Ancaster. Okay, so it shows you that it's here. People are all around you, next door, over there, trying to, you know, get all your login information. So
Well, why do they want this information? I don't understand why they want my information. I have nothing to.
I hear you. I hear you. Anyways, just to be safe, you can go on there and you can learn how to design a password that will be better than maybe what you presently have, and you can give your passwords a test. There's a test in there. There's also a sting operation where there's the Nigerian scam artist people who, you know, said that, anyways, you all get the picture. There's a lot of problems on the internet, and that will tell you all about the problems. I can't go into it right now in the essence of time, but if you simply go to ICIWorld.com and go to About and click on Security. In fact, I'm just going to click on it. You should write this address down here up at the top. There it is there. That's what you should write down, if you can see it. ICIWorld.com/security, if you can see that up at the top. Right up there.
Right.
And you're going to see that there's a password test, and you're going to see something called a phishing test. A phishing test. If you don't know what phishing is right now, it's like driving a car and you don't know what a stop sign is. You need to learn this. You need to learn what phishing is. Phishing. I can't do it now. We don't have enough time. But if you wish to invite us back to someday another, I usually like to come back every 6 months to do a session in the offices. And
if they like you, you can come back.
There you go. There you go. So hopefully maybe you like a little bit what we talked about.
Of course. You got us nervous. Oh my God. So we are under the camera all over.
That's right. And you'll see there's a lot of Bill Gates from Microsoft, they got a lot of tips and ideas on what to do. There's an article from CNN, cyber criminals hack into 2,500 companies. There's articles from Phone Busters. There 1,000 Canadians a month are losing money on the internet right now. Really bad. Okay? So you can learn all about that on that particular page. Now, cell phones, you know something? I haven't even put mine down, so I'm going to just make the sound lower. I forgot to do it earlier. So there we go. That's not going to come out now. Okay. Actually, I have a way of monitoring what's going on here today. See if that's working. If it's still on. No, it's off. It's okay. All right. Now, Gary Clausen is now retired. But he was at the Mississauga Real Estate Board for many years as an instructor. I had a wonderful time with him, and I really enjoyed Gary. He's got a really big heart to like to help the real estate industry, and these are some of the instructors that we have had working with us over the years to develop this service. There's the information on myself. I like to point out a couple of things here. One of the things is CCIM.com. Now, I know that everyone in this room is residential, but if you want to increase your sales, I'm going to suggest everyone consider taking CI 101, and I would mark that down. Anybody interested in, and you can all do it. I'm telling you, you can all do this. Every one of you. I know it. It's called CI 101. It's taught at the Toronto Real Estate Board. It will help you analyze any income-producing real estate, whether it's a duplex, a triplex, a 10-unit building, a 50-unit apartment building, or a 100-unit building, or a shopping center. It will help you analyze it. It will take the mystery out of why people invest in this kind of real estate. And if you want to sell some investment real estate, you want to be able to paint a nice picture to that person. How do they make money in real estate? This program, CI 101, will help you do that. And if you can show them how their money goes into a real estate project, how the money comes out, and how the money's being handled in the middle, and how they make money, you're going to make some sales. You're going to make some extra sales that you never had before. You already know so many legal things in the real estate residential business. You take the CI 101, and it's going to turn you on that you can actually be doing it. We've had other people here like Judy Casimir. She's now a teacher for AREA doing commercial. She got into the CCIM program. She was on ICIWorld, and she was just advertising on ICIWorld. She had a little office building for sale. She put it for sale on ICIWorld. And she had 3 sales in her first year on ICIWorld. Well, one of the people that called her was a gentleman from out west. And he says, well, that's a nice little project, but it's too small for me. I want to buy something from 20 to $100 million. And she qualified him. She worked with him. And over a period of time, developed a bit of a relationship with him. And one day, a mortgage broker called her and says, I have an owner. This is from a want. We were talking about wants. Wanted. $20 to $100 million apartment, office building is what they were looking for. Now, to some people, they might think it's crazy. This was legitimate, okay? And a mortgage broker called her and says, we have someone who's got, 3 office buildings, totally $75 million. She ended up selling 2 of them. Just a salesperson, just like in this room, okay? Developed a good business relationship, found the project, and he wanted the project. He didn't know where it was. She found it. Actually, she made the information available so that it could be found. And next thing you know, and she made $200,000 doing that one project. So you can do this too if you bump into it. You got to keep your mind open that you can do this with information now, and we're going to be showing you that. Now I happen to be a CCIM. Where does that come from? Well, each of you in this room is a realtor. The term realtor actually comes from the National Association of Real Estate in the United States on North Michigan Way. There's about 1.4 million real estate people in the United States. I think there's about 110,000, something like that in Canada. I'm not sure. Anyways, the term realtor is licensed to the Canadian Real Estate Association so that we are all realtors. We're all realtors. It actually comes from the United States. The term CCIM is a division of the National Association of Realtors, and the CCIM Institute confers the designation CCIM. It's a professional commercial real estate designation, and I'm honored and thrilled. All the people that are in it are just wonderful people. Everyone that I've ever met in CCIM is wonderful people, and it helps you in real estate, help people with investment real estate. That's about as much commercial as probably I'm going to cover right now. There'll be just a little bit later on. LinkedIn, absolutely essential. Is there anybody here that does not have, how many do not have LinkedIn, please? Do not have it, okay? I'm going to suggest that you really consider getting it. And the reason is this is like your business card on the internet. That's how I liken it. And when you get a lot of immigration coming into Canada, coming into the United States, a lot of times people don't know you. They don't know if they can trust you. They don't know where you're from. In other countries, they don't have organized wonderful real estate like the Canadian Real Estate Association. So when you have a LinkedIn account, it's like your business card on the internet. And in that business card, you should have that you belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association. And you have a code of conduct. You have rules, ethics. All of that is inherent in those memberships that you have. So they say, oh, they have to abide by this, they have to abide, and if they take off, you've got somebody to complain to, you know? And so people will start to appreciate you for that. And if you're not telling people about that, you've already earned it, you've got it. Just let people know about it, that you belong to these different things. And one way to do that is through LinkedIn. Anybody want to say anything else about LinkedIn? Is it good to have?
I think so. It's just another way for people to find you on Google.
Another way for people to find you on Google. They can verify you belong to the Toronto Real Estate Board, you belong to the Ontario Real Estate Association, you belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association. 40 different reasons why you should deal with a realtor. All of that stuff can be in your LinkedIn profile, which now becomes just a business card on the internet.
There's actually more to LinkedIn for me, and this is what I teach people. You need to get all of your contacts on LinkedIn, and anytime you meet somebody new, you need to tell them, connect with me on LinkedIn. If there's anybody you want me to introduce you to further your career, I'm happy to do so.
Wow. Wow.
Because
wow. Isn't that a good idea?
The second you can offer them something without even asking for anything, are they not going to want to gravitate more towards you in the future? What happens if you connect this person who was making $60,000 a year to a vice president of another institution, and now they're making $80,000 a year? Does that extra $20,000 mean that they can afford a better property?
Yes.
Of course it does. If you were the one who helped them get that extra $20,000 a year, do you think that they're going to want to work with you?
Usually.
Of course. Not always, but of course they're going to give you some preferential treatment. And even if you don't end up getting their sale, are you probably going to get a referral out of it? Because as people, when somebody gives us something, we feel obligated to return the favor.
True.
LinkedIn is the ultimate opportunity for you to give something that costs you nothing, but could end up opening huge doors for somebody, and they're going to want to return the favor.
What a great comment, and I really appreciate that, Stefanos, because I never thought of that. And that's just great. Great idea. Facebook, you know, all of you have family. And if you go to a wedding, how many people attended the last wedding you went to? Just throw me out a number, any number at all. How many people attended the wedding?
Oh,
100,
100, 200, 300, 400?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends.
All right. Now, sometimes a family member doesn't appreciate your connections and your expertise. Would you say that's sometimes true?
Sure.
In other words, they say, oh, this other guy, I think he can do better or something. But really, you got connections too. Well, if you have Facebook and you have a link to your website, and they can see that you've got not just MLS on your website, but you've got exclusive listings as well. You've got lists of buyers. By the way, all of these can come from the widgets from ICIWorld. Okay, if they start to see all these other listings that you're connected to, exclusive, commercial, residential, and I liken each of you as a general practitioner. When you go to a doctor, if you have a problem with your heart, what does he do? He refers you to a heart doctor. If you have a commercial button on your residential website, is it possible that somebody could be interested in an apartment building, a business or something, even though you're residential? Yeah, you're on the internet where there's 3.5 billion people. Okay? Anybody can end up on your website. And if they see that commercial button on your residential website, they can click on it. And if they're interested in a business or an apartment building or any kind of piece of land, whatever, they can end up giving you a call. And how it happens is like this. Ring-a-ling, I was on your website. I'm interested in message number 856472. Happens to be a $1 million property in Oshawa. I'm wondering if you can help me. I tried to click on it and I couldn't get more information. Can you help me? And what you should say is, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then you get a hold of the broker that placed that listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? You should start doing referrals. We have one RE/MAX agent now in Peterborough who's done 15 referrals. That's a total of 75 minutes of his time, if you figure 5 minutes each. He made $45,000. Interesting. Now, if you have the widgets on your website, you have a chance to trigger those leads. If you don't have it, then there's no chance of triggering those leads. Let's move on. So letting people know that you have a website and then doing your regular Facebook with all your pictures and everything, that's all wonderful. Twitter, YouTube, and some of these other services. Let them know that you're a realtor, what it stands for, codes of conduct and ethics, fair treatment, and all of that good stuff. Myself, I've been doing this stuff since 1974 as a broker, but I'd like each of you to consider me as a personal assistant. I started 20 years ago. I gave up selling real estate just to serve real estate brokers and salespeople like yourselves. So consider me as a personal marketing and information assistant to you personally. I'm an assistant to you. You're the boss, and you're the CEO, and I work for you guys. And I love and I appreciate the opportunity when people give me that opportunity. And so I put all my expertise together from having run franchises and been manager in offices as well, and selling real estate. Now, for some reason, we'll just click it this way. There we go. These are some of the other instructors that we have. And if anybody that's listening to this feels that they can be an instructor and conduct this session for 2 hours, give me a call. We're looking for more instructors over the next coming years to actually do these seminars in various real estate offices throughout the United States and Canada. We already have some instructors for Florida already set up, and we're looking for more instructors as well. And these are some of the wonderful people who have kindly consented and look forward to working with to continue taking this service forward. Okay, we've gone over some of the testimonials. I've been handing them out in the office. I don't know if you've seen any of the ones that came in late. Did you have a chance to get through these? You should have a look at these testimonials just to show you that you're not wasting time. Every single person on this network should be either, we have a special pledge, and I'll tell it now. Every single person should be making connections either to do a deal every 3 months or at the very least develop good business connections that you feel will lead to doing deals. Give you an example. We've had some people that did not make any money. And then I went to their website. They did not have the widgets on their website. Didn't make any money. But if you call me, I said, gee, I noticed your website doesn't have it. And it's, oh, it slipped my mind. Send me them again. Let's get it on there. Get your website working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's on the internet for people to see. We also have another monthly webinar conducted on the internet. We have from 50 to 100 people attending every month called How to Promote Your Website. How many people here would like to get more leads to their website? Everyone. Okay, so this is a session that we conduct. It's absolutely free. You can go online and register for it. How to Promote Your Website. If you want to know where that is, you go to ICIWorld.com. You click on For Members. If you want to find it, click on For Members and you will find it. And then there's 2 webinars there and you can register for both of them. Next. I don't know why this isn't all of a sudden working. Oh, I see. The battery's right down next to nothing. Okay, we'll take that out. We don't need it. Let's go like this. Now, why are we here? Well, you're lucky. Every one of you in this room are very, very lucky. We happen to be in the industry on the internet that, in my opinion, provides the highest return on investment. When you do something on the internet to trigger a lead, you show a property, you make $30,000, $10,000. And that's from information. Anybody ever see that program Klondike on television where they're digging for gold? It's on TV. Anybody ever see it? Oh, they got the tractors and the trailers and they're digging through the mud and they're trying to do, and the boulders fall down and they got to move them away and the tractors are getting stuck, all to come up with a little pan of gold. Well, the gold for them, for us, is the information that's on the internet. Again, one piece of information can make you a lot of money. And you can do business any place in the world. So if you have a mother country and there's some real estate there, you can actually put something on ICIWorld, no matter where it is in the world, trigger a lead and do a referral back to people in your mother country if you wish to, and do referrals even that way. Here's an interesting figure now that's coming up. This is from the National Association of Realtors in the United States.
Oh, you took it out already.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to put it back on and see what happens. Oh, the green light works. And this is one of the most important things that I wanted to show. First of all, 50% of people are using mobile websites. And that's expected to grow. That's expected to grow. So everything we're doing now is preparing us for the next 1, 2, 3 years to be networking on your mobile phones. You spend $500 to $1,000 getting these mobile phones. It's really built to get the information in real estate that says, oh, there's a listing, let's go show it. This is what this phone can do for you. It can make you money. 92% of the people use the internet, but here's the big deal. Of all the FSBOs that are out there, it turns out that really only about 9% actually sold without an agent. What does that mean? 91% sold with you. Okay, it's sold with you. So how many people here do not like to work FSBOs? Oh, you'll all go after FSBOs? Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, that's a great response. I'm going to give you something that you can really use, and I'm going to look forward to your feedback here in a momentarily. Something that works literally, it can work 100% of the time. I'm going to say 99 and 44 because you don't know. Okay, so going after these FSBOs, this is a great opportunity. In fact, it's a great opportunity on ICIWorld to get all the FSBO information in this whole area through your hands posted on ICIWorld. There's a special way to do that. And this is almost like having the industry come back to real estate people. The internet sort of broke it down a little bit when it first came in. Everybody's trying to sell everything themselves. And some of them can put up beautiful websites better than what we can do, some other people out there. But it's not the website that sells it. What it is the networks that we belong to. We have special networks, associations of real estate people that when you place one ad, it reaches thousands instantly. That's what happens on ICIWorld. That's what happens on real estate boards. And so that's the power of an industry to help you in your individual affairs. Let's move on. Now, when I do these seminars, when I do them at real estate boards, they're $2,000. Very similar to what I'm doing here today. But there's no selling involved. It's educational strictly. You can get your knuckles wrapped by doing education or doing some selling in one of these educational seminars. So we have a little bit different design for that. But it includes a lot of the stuff we're doing. But when I do them in real estate offices, I'll actually do it free in exchange for doing about a 6-minute commercial on our services. So if that's okay with you, I'll do that included in the session. Is that all right? Okay. I'm just going to hand these, if you can hand these out to everyone here right now. So basically what ICIWorld does, we have about 30,000 haves and wants. 75% of them are exclusive, not on MLS. That's for the commercial. For the residential, it's about 50%. 50% of the information on ICIWorld of a residential nature is actually exclusive, not on real estate boards.
So which means those are the exclusive listing you have, you sign
Yes.
with the seller. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
But I'm just really have a question that you put the for sale by owners information on the ICI.
I'm going to show you how to do
Yeah,
that in the, I think I'll probably answer your question in about the next 8 minutes or so. That's an excellent question. How do you work the FSBOs? Okay. And the next one is, for instance, properties coming for sale. So a good example was I actually had my son's property. I do not sell real estate at all, except for my own family. So I sort of just look after my own family. My son had a property for sale. It was in Milton. I put an ad coming for sale. Within 24, it took me almost a week to get everything lined up to put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board. By the time you get everything all, but I put one simple ad coming for sale, and bingo, I had people calling me right away. Now, you and I know that the best possible price, you want to get everybody that sees it on the MLS, have a nice open house for a nice weekend, get everybody through, maybe even have a second weekend, get everybody through, and then have all your offers on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, something like that, or Monday, whatever. That gets you the highest and best price. But sometimes putting it on coming for sale, you start to get some action right away. That builds up a little confidence in the people that are selling the house. People can see that you've got activity going. And sometimes people are happy to just let their house go because they want to get going. They want it done fast because they have to move. But the point is you give the people the opportunity to do what they would want to do. And it's always best, I think, to put it on MLS, but sometimes you can't even get it on MLS, depending on the people. Sometimes they say no.
But you got to sign up with them. If you don't sign up with them,
Yeah.
you might work for free,
There you go.
right?
That's
you don't
right.
Want you not get paid.
That's right. Now, let's move on. Now, we actually have two databases. Database number one is when you become a member, the public can see your information when you advertise. You got it? You have to be a member to advertise to the public. Okay? But we have a second database. The second database is where the public can advertise absolutely free. But only the member brokers can see the contact information.
Is that the Kijiji?
No. This is our own FSBO database, ICIWorld FSBO database. This is where the public posts information absolutely free, but the only people that can click on the message numbers are, and I'll show this to you right now because I can show it very quickly. Watch this. We go to ICIWorld. Here it is here. And when you want to search, you click on search. And you'll see you can search commercial, you can search residential. Both of these are database number one. If I clicked on database number one, residential, and click on that, and I'll just take the very latest one here, I'll click on that. This, you'll see, is from another office in the industry. It happens to be MLS, but there's the contact information in database one. When you place an ad, this is what people can see. They'll see your contact information, okay? But if you notice, we have something else over here called the FSBO area. I'm going to click on that. And now, if I was to change this to maybe 100, and if I wanted to see all the information in Canada, Ontario, maybe Greater Toronto, I'll click on it, search database. There's the information on the screen. But in this case, look at this. Nobody can click on that. In other words, the public is posting information here, but the only people that can get access to that contact information is the members. Okay? And lots of brokers, of course, are doing business with these people, and you can too.
So we can call them and
Oh, yes.
sell them.
And you should.
So that's public
Yes.
posted on the ICI
Yes.
world for members to get access.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but then if you have a membership, then only.
When you have a membership, you can click on the information.
Yes.
And you can contact that person directly and say, I can help you.
Yeah.
We can help.
So you brought up Kijiji. You could go to Kijiji and ask 3 special questions, and I'm going to teach those 3 special questions here in very soon. Here it comes. Okay, so I just wanted to show that. So those were the 2 databases that you see here. Let's go next. We also have commercial and residential listings. I think we've already covered that. If you want a cottage, you can actually, as long as you put the word cottage in the subject line, you can actually search on ICIWorld, click on cottage, and a whole list of cottages pop right up. And it pops up. People, no one in this room should go longer than 7 seconds, 7 seconds, without finding what you want, okay? And if you can't do it, who can you call to help you? You bet. Make sure. Okay? And we will help you. Within 7 seconds, you should be able to find a buyer or seller for anything. Residential, commercial, cottages, anything, assignments, you name it. It's all here. Okay, let's move on. Now, the power of what we're doing here, we have many email subscribers that we sent out to monthly. We have a monthly readership. It varies from 30 to 40,000 people monthly. We don't know the exact figure because it's an IP address that we're measuring. These are unique IP addresses that are visiting on a regular basis. In addition to that, when you post an information on ICIWorld, 20,000 emails are going out today, every single day, being delivered to the industry. You can subscribe to these absolutely free. You can subscribe to the GTA Digest for residential from ICIWorld. Upstairs, I think I left a sign. ICIWorld does residential. We deliver information to all the cities in. Wherever the city you post a listing, the people can subscribe and receive that. There's 18,000 pages on the internet, and that's because we started way back in 1994. ICIWorld.com was actually the first domain name on the internet for real estate in 1994, and there was no Google. It was actually Alta Vista at the time. There's over 2 million hits monthly, and people are coming in from 138 countries, and we always try to get the faster server. We have dedicated server on the internet doing this with backups and the whole works. Here's some of the advertising we've done. We've attended, Mississauga Real Estate Board functions, and we've done advertising on the main website. Same thing with Brampton Real Estate Board. Now, this is coming up, the Toronto Real Estate Board Realtor Quest, and I strongly suggest you consider going to it. This is the largest real estate show of its kind in the world. There's only 1 or 2 shows as big as this one. And the reason why I think it's great for all of you, by the way, you get your running shoes on, be dressed for the day, and get some energy for the day. You're going to need it, because nowhere can you see so many products and services in one day as you can searching for the whole year all by yourself. You won't be able to do it. You can see more products and services. Take a shopping bag and keep your energy throughout the day, whatever you got to do. Guess what? Are you all members of the Toronto Real Estate Board? It's free for you.
Yes.
Anybody that's not a member but who is a realtor can go, but they got to pay $60. It's a $60 lunch, and it's free, from what I understand, for all of you. Now, ICIWorld has a booth at this show. We actually have one of the busiest booths at the show. Part of the reason is we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website and that it's not as powerful as these websites from ICIWorld for $16.50. And it's not the prettiness of it. It's the links that are in the listings. These are listing links. Other websites don't have it. Every website in real estate has got MLS. Fair statement? All your competitors have it. Everybody has it. MLS. But not everybody has all these other links. All these exclusive links for all kinds of other product. And you will have these other links. And there's color photos and slideshow displays. And one of the things that our websites do, how many people here do an open house? Okay, is anybody doing an open house this weekend? In the next month? Anybody? An open house?
If I get the listings.
Okay. Open houses are fabulous. Great way to get business. Guess what these websites will do? Let's say you're on the open house. I'm going to suggest you get your iPad and you get it out and you show people, listen, and by the way, if 10 people come to the open house, I know it could be more or less, but say 10 people come, 5 are working with other brokers, and maybe the other 5 are not working with anybody. You could tell them, if you like, I can send you, my website can send you out the listings absolutely free that match the description of what you're looking for. Your price range, your area, automatically, absolutely free. And if you'd like to call me when you want to see one of them, I would love the opportunity to work with you.
Sounds good.
So then the first weekend you get maybe 3, 4, 5 people, program them in your website. Next weekend you can have 10 or 20, 30 people programmed in your website. And when somebody else adds a listing to the website, bingo, it automatically gets sent to the right person that's looking for that kind of home. It's like a 24-hour secretary. These websites are 24-hour assistants that help you deliver information to all of your purchasers. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 2 weeks from now, after your open house, all of a sudden, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they get an email of a home that looks just perfect they were looking for, a row townhouse, a semi, whatever. Bingo, you get a call 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And they say, do you remember I was on that open house with you a couple weeks ago and I signed up to receive listings? Well, I just got one and I'd like to go see it tonight at 7 o'clock. Can you set it up for me? You tell me if that isn't the kind of call you would like to get.
Yes.
Okay? That's what this website can do. These websites that we supply from ICIWorld for how much? $16.50 a month. They're actually free for 1 month. If you want to keep it, it's $199 for the year. Okay? Or you can keep it for $19 a month or $199 for the year. If you divide it by 12, it's $16.50. Now, we show you how to link this website to your existing website. So you can link the two websites together. So this has a special feature of programming people. Now, you and I know that you can do this with MLS. How many people use the MLS to send out listings that match the description, what people are looking for? The only thing is, the MLS cannot send out the exclusive listings that these websites can send out. Okay? So sometimes they're going to get a duplicate of an MLS, you know, from time to time, but that's okay. They can go over the market and see what, say, I already looked at that one, but then all of a sudden they get an exclusive one. Secondly, that people can program themselves to go to your website and to do it. So they can actually go on and change their parameters and do that
Like,
kind of thing.
what if we have the existing website and if you link, how much do you charge?
No, it's free. It's free to link.
Free to link.
Yeah. We show you how to, and we show you. We should link the two websites together.
Okay.
And get people going back and forth. Okay, so that's, make sure if you come down to the show, but I'll tell you the truth, our booth is so busy at the show that it's hard to even sometimes come up and talk to me. So the best I can do is give you a hug or shake your hand, and that's kind of about it. Okay, let's move on. Now, these other publications, these are all to help generate business for all of you when we advertise on the front page of these things. Because one lead, bingo, all of a sudden you get the call and it helps you do business. Let's move on. Same thing on when we're up on Google and people are searching things and it pops up. The widgets we've already talked about, but now I'm going to display them to you. But I want to just show you the special here that I never covered. Down at the bottom, how much is it normally to join our service, please?
$319.
$319 for 1 year. But you notice there's a special there.
Yeah,
How much is the special? $240.
$240.
And you'll notice that there's something at the top that says how many months. Do you have the one that says 18 months? So in other words, the special today, if you wish to join, you staple your business card to this up here, put your credit card number in here, you get 18 months for $240. It's a one-time special if you have never been a member. Okay? It's a one-time special. So today you could join for $240 for 18 months with a credit card, if you wish. And then go to the website and make an appointment. Okay? So that's how that works. Now, if you look at the third button down on the right-hand side, the third bullet, how much does it say the websites are? If you choose to get a website, they're free for 1 month, and then after 1 month, there's a it's $199 for the year. Okay, so that's how much the special is here. Now, that includes the widgets for your existing website. So in other words, when you join, we send you the instructions.
Membership, you mean?
The membership includes the widgets. Okay? So all those widgets that you see up there, generate leads all year long, you get those widgets on your website. And I'm actually going to give you some HomeLife examples now of how we've got literally installed on over 100 brokers' offices and all the real estate offices going. I'm going to show you an example right now. And I think I've got them open up at the top. By the way, there's some examples of some of the HomeLife members from all different offices. Let's go here. Now, this is not our website. This website was made by Agent Locator. You see that down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where did they put the widgets? Well, they've got commercial. Oh, there it is. Commercial. You click on Ontario Commercial, mostly exclusive, and bingo, up comes the listings. So now, if somebody is looking, let's say they want to find a listing, and we're in Mississauga, right? Let's go to Mississauga, and somebody searches, bingo, up comes 400 and some odd listings in Mississauga right there. Now, here's the big deal. If somebody, say there's a condo for $470,000 right there, this condo. If somebody wants information on that, they can't do it. They can't click on it. You tell, it's like having classified ads on your website where you get the calls from any classified ad. You tell me if that isn't fair. Nobody else in the industry is doing stuff like this. We're a real estate broker association to help you all make money. And what's nice about the public is more information becomes available to the public of an exclusive nature than otherwise. So that's how the one widget works. Now we have two widgets. Let me show you another one. By the way, if people want to search any other kind of real estate, businesses, farms, all of that, it's all here. Apartment buildings. Would you like to have over 400 apartment buildings on your website? There it is. There they're all sorted by price. That's why I sort of needed the screen so that you could read it, right? And that's why I've got the screen up rather than on the TV so that you can see them a little easier because it's hard to see on just an LCD TV. Okay, now let's go back to, now you're going to see something else that we have here, one called commercial, world. I'm going to click on world where people now can search anything they want. They can pick an area, Ontario, and let's go down to Greater Toronto. And if they want to go ahead and select Mississauga again, and here you'll notice that you can choose a have or a want. If you want to search the buyers, you can click on wants. If you want to search the haves, you can click on haves. Okay? And then this is something special. You'll notice that you can choose how far back you wish to search. Interesting, eh? Because we do not delete listings for 5 years. It's up to you to delete your own listings, update your listings. But we know that some real estate people don't keep their stuff up to date. So what we say is the default setting is 3 months, if you notice. So in other words, if your listings are more than 3 months old, people are not going to see it because the default setting is 3 months on the apps. So when you go to the apps and search anything on ICIWorld, they're less than 3 months old. So they're coming in daily, okay? However, if you're looking for a certain kind of property, and it more happens probably in commercial than it does in residential. That's another reason we did that. You can even make it 1 month here. And then you can search for a certain kind of property that might be a year old. And you might find that maybe it's sold, but could it benefit you to find out how much it sold for? Yeah. Is it possible that that broker, because he deals in that kind of property, knows about other properties in his area that might suit you? Yeah. This is called networking. That's why we use the term networking a lot. And thirdly, if you have a good business relationship with that person, is it possible they might find a property that matches what your buyer is looking for, and 2 weeks later, he gives you a call back, you go show it, and you make some money. 50% of the deals were done one recent month that way on the older listings, even though they were from before. The older listings, the properties are still there. The people, hopefully, if they haven't died, are still there. The only thing that has changed is maybe the circumstances. And sometimes the circumstances are actually better today than they were back then. So that's why we don't delete them for 5 years, but we give you the choice to search how far back you wish to search. The second thing is you can sort them in many different ways. If you want to sort them by price, there's all the listings coming up if I was to sort them. This is on our main website. There's about 160 of them, literally from $56 million on down. Now, even though you're doing mostly residential, you might bump into people that are interested in this kind of stuff. You do not send them to ICIWorld. Where do you send them?
You call them and give the information.
Yeah.
Or have it called back from the person to.
Yeah. If you have people looking to buy or sell real estate, where do you send them? Do you send them to ICIWorld?
Or my website.
You send them to your own
My
website.
Yeah.
You only send people to your own website. And you tell them what you've got on your website. You know, you got 400 opportunities, investment opportunities on your own website. Now, if they're looking in the GTA, you can go back here and you can choose like just the GTA. Okay? You send them there. And if they only want to say, if they're interested in just apartment buildings, you send them to your website, search the database, and bingo, there's a whole bunch of investment properties all sorted by price. They can go right to the price range that they are interested in and give you a call. Got it?
Yes.
How do you like it?
Nice. Good.
Okay, now this is one website that we've got. Now you notice he's got a residential button here on his website. When you click on that, this is our old widget, which still works 100%. People can go to his website, click on Mississauga, and up comes these listings, all residential, on his website. Now on his website, if somebody was interested in this one for $739,000, they'll try to click on it, but they cannot do it. They have to call you. So you're going to get a call. Somebody says, I'm interested in that bungalow ranch that you've got on your website, message number 316789. Can you help me? And bingo, that's a lead for you. That's from a piece of information. You could have no listings, but now you've got lots of listings on your website instantly. The moment this is placed on your website, the next person that visits your website, they have to call you. All right, so that's that one. Let me just close that. So let me close that website and go to another one. Here's another one. I'm recommending that all of you have a residential and a commercial button. You actually separate them out. Put all your, and you notice she's got search MLS here. We install the IDX link from the Toronto Real Estate Board to your website. Okay, so if you don't have a website, and I think in your case you can have one of these for $16.50, and people can go to your website and search the MLS. Isn't that nice? But they can also search the exclusive ones. Click on residential exclusives, and they come up, and they can search all of these listings exclusive from ICIWorld as well. But in addition to that, we have something else special. Because this is coming from a special company, has anybody ever heard of Point 2? Okay. Point 2 is a company from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And they have helped create over tens of thousands, actually over 100,000 real estate websites for professionals such as yourselves and ourselves. ICIWorld is an official distributor of these websites. ICIWorld is a first line of support. And ICIWorld, you should always call if you need one of these. It's the same price whether you get it from them or from us. The advantage is if you get it from us, we support all this website. We design it to make money. This is an example of a mobile website. Watch this. Let me just remove. That's what it looks like. You tell me if that isn't fantastic, if people can see interior color photos, slideshow displays. I'm suggesting to you, I call this the ultimate in marketing on the internet, when you can bring up your website with these photos on it and show it to people. How much are these websites? $16.50. It's so stupid, it's ridiculous. These people have paid from $3,000 to $30,000 to have a mobile website with photos. It's down to a science now, down to $16.50. And you get one lead, it just paid for a lifetime of services. With our pledge, you should be generating leads every 90 days. If you're not, then you need to do a little more promotion, and we're going to help you with that as well. Okay, let's go to another website. Here's another one. Now, this website is not mobilized. Watch, I'll show you. If I make it smaller, do you see how the printing is off the screen over here?
Right.
That's not mobilized yet. So Mukesh Patel, he should give us a call, make an appointment. We can actually mobilize his website. Okay, let's move on to another one. I'm going to click, but he's got these listings: World Commercial, Ontario Commercial, and where's his residential one? He's missing the he's missing our residential button. Close that. KP Rethort, residential. Search the MLS. People want to search Mississauga residential. We can make special buttons for you for just Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon, that kind of thing. So all the homes in Mississauga come up. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Beautiful color photos, and every one of these has photos. You can click on them. Marcia Rose, let's go to hers. Now, she's done it a little bit different. She's made a residential and commercial button right here. And it's got residential haves and wants, mostly exclusives. You click on it. This is the new residential button. I'm going to tell you, it was just invented last week. We've been working on it for a while. That is our new residential button. We never had that before. This is new, brand new. And by the way, our 1,000 members, I think there's only about 10 members that have it. So we've got to help everybody get the new widget. So if you're listening to this particular video at a later time and you're a member, call us and we'll change this, the residential button for you. But again, people can choose Canada. I can choose Ontario. They can choose Greater Toronto. You can leave it less than 3 months, change it to a have. It's already on residential. You can change the age to price, and let's just see what's coming on here. There they are, coming for sale, different properties. And again, a lot of these are exclusive. Like, for instance, coming for sale, Oakville, detached home. Click on that. I just did. I'm trying to click on it. You can't do it. Who do you have to call?
Agent.
Yeah, you have to call the agent.
So I have a question, like
Yes.
if any updates like this is coming up, so we have to call you.
You call her. You call Marcia Rose. She's
No, the new updates you said that this is the latest, only 10 members have it, so. how do we
this
know?
particular widget?
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody new will get the new widget.
No, but if the old person is, if anything in future comes up, today if I take this widget and anything new comes up.
Yeah.
It updates or
It
it
updates
pay
or-
for
Oh, all the information is updated instantly, automatically, all year long.
Okay. So
The
we don't have
by
to
the way,
call-
the information is still the same on the old widget.
But we don't have to call you guys every time when you do update.
Updates or
No, I think
for
the
the new.
question is, let's just say I signed on 2 months ago.
Yep.
And you just released the new widget.
new
Yep.
widget.
Do I have to contact you to change the widget from the old one to the new one?
Yes.
But how do we come?
But you
to
know
that
something?
guys
That
are
brings up
updated?
a good point.
How do we come
You know
to
something?
about
I
it?
think, can I change that widget? I don't know. That's a good point. This widget it's working. It's tried, it's proven, it's tested. You know something? I might be able to just get rid of that other widget and supplant this one and let
All you
it
have to do is
automatically
change the
go. Yeah.
Because all your widget is, it's a link.
Yeah.
It's a link from my website to your page.
Yeah. I've been so busy working on a new widget. I've been changing them over. I could theoretically now just change the link to the new one and give everybody the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or rather, you always make your,
This is cutting edge technology right here in this room, right now. This is how things are getting done, you know, believe it or not. Let me just mark it down.
You should set up free website for her
President,
now
good.
because he
Thank
does
you
it.
for that. Okay, residential.
more.
I'm going to tell you, a lot of people, they're getting charged $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to build a website. That's all included in your little membership, okay? Where you really make the money is if you're not making money, you call us. When you have a flat tire in your car, you don't abandon the car. You get the tire fixed. The same thing is true with an information service. Even from the owned companies, you have income now. If you're not making money, give them a call. Give them a chance to help you and say, listen, I'm not getting enough leads from my website. What can I do? All right, so there's another example of how that residential widget works nicely. And you'll notice she's got them all right here, all listed. Guess what? You can also have the for sale by owners. There it is. Now, if I was to click on Mississauga down here, Isn't that fantastic? In other words, you can actually be triggered a lead from one of these in the FISBO area. Isn't that nice? Okay.
What do you do to create awareness amongst the general people about your website?
About promoting your website, we have a session.
Promoting your website, like how do like people know the Kijiji and they post their ad, but people don't know about the ICIWorld.
You don't worry about, you should be worrying about your own website.
No, but like how do, I mean.
How do we promote ICIWorld?
Yeah. How
The
do they
answer is
know?
this
Because
long.
I heard only today about your
I know.
website, right?
But,
Yeah.
okay, you see here,
People
we've
all-
actually been in your office for the last couple of years, but maybe you haven't noticed it. Let me show you another publication. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody know what this is?
Real estate magazine.
What is it?
It's a magazine.
I know, but what is it?
It's a trade pump. It's a trade magazine for realtors.
Yeah, goes right across Canada, over 100,000 publications, right? We've been in it, in your office, all year long, every single day, right there. Okay, let's go to another one. This is Real Estate Marketing Magazine. Goes to all real estate people, right? There we are. There's our ad right there. Okay, so in other words, we've actually been in your office in these publications right at your front desk. We've been on the front page of this other thing, right? But you're so busy, all overwhelmed with information, sometimes you don't notice these things, right? So we're bringing it to your attention, coming in. We find coming in the office is one of the best ways. Now, there's another thing we're doing. Your renewal next year, or in 18 months, would be $319. Okay, by the way, the people online, the special is only good until May the 11th, 2017. You cannot get the year and a half after that. So I've already mentioned it in the session, so I'm saying, okay, if you listen to this before then, you can still get it. Till May the 11th, that's it, 2017. But your renewal will be $319, okay? And you better be making some money by that time, and then you're going to say, I'm happy to give $319, and I'll even put an extra $20 tip. Okay, like you should feel that way. Now, if you refer somebody, we have a sponsorship program. If you get one other person to join, then your renewal is reduced to $240 for 1 year. Okay? Now, the new person joining, they can join for $240 for 1 year if they mention your name. So if they mention your name, we'll actually send you an email the same day, say somebody joined using your name. They can join for $240 for 1 year, and your renewal fee will be dropped to $319 to $240. And some salespeople are saying, Gary, what happens if I get you 4 more to join the association? Well, you get 3 months bonus for each person that you get to join. So if you got 4 more people, you actually get a year free. So you actually can have a lower membership price by just simply referring people to join the service. Okay, we're going to start wrapping things up here. One moment, please. Marcia Rose, okay. Let's go to another one. Find your dream home. See how they've got residential and commercial here? Now, the my haves and wants, these are this particular salesperson's. It looks like he doesn't have any listings on ICIWorld at the moment. Okay? And that's because he probably doesn't know how to work exclusive information, which I'm going to cover right now. That's one of the things we're going to finish off with, how to work exclusive information. In addition to that, these got Ontario Commercial, World Commercial Businesses. You can do it 2 ways. You can do it here. If you're talking to the owner of a restaurant and you're handing out your business card, you tell the owner of the restaurant, by the way, you should go to my websites because I have over 237 buyers and sellers of restaurants on my website. These are all restaurants. You tell me if that isn't exciting. You're going to have a little bit of something on your website. Isn't that something?
So those are the information that are on your ICI.
It's all coming from you, the member brokers.
Member, as
Yeah.
a member, you can get all this.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, and if you look at some of these other websites, there's Ken. He's got, the same thing, Ontario Commercial, and he hasn't got the residential button here yet either. And let's go here, commercial and resident. These are some of the older residential, mostly exclusives. You can see there, somebody clicks on Brampton, bingo, somebody wants information on this house here, they have to give them a call. You cannot click on that. This is triggering leads for everybody. So that's just to give you an idea how all of these work. This is an interesting one. He's got a button that he calls it Search Exclusive. These are all from ICIWorld. So that's another way you can do it. So in other words, you can work it into your website. I like residential and commercial, but this is another way that they did it to bring attention to the exclusive listings. Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
And then now if they got the Ontario residential, let me see if they've got the new one yet. Hang on. I'm just checking that one. It's working.
Yeah.
They've still got the old one. This is actually the old one. Some people like the old one. You know, you can keep the old one too. See, that's the reason why I might not go to the new one, because some people actually like the old one. You know, yeah, there's all the cities. Oh, why don't I click on one of these other cities, right? Instead of searching it. Okay, let's finish off with how to work exclusive information here. Hang on one second. Let me close that and finish off with this. Here we go. Okay. How to work exclusive information. Why is it important? Because it means money to each one of you. It becomes your inventory on the internet. Every bit as powerful as having a regular MLS type listing because it triggers a lead. In the past, it was too costly to, by the way, how much does an ad cost in a newspaper today? Anybody? Classified ad in a newspaper, how much does it cost?
I don't know, $40.
40 bucks a word?
No, probably.
It's about 300 bucks for a 4-line ad. That's ridiculous.
For one Star or Sunday?
Yeah, Toronto Star.
For the whole month?
Just one time.
No, one time, one day. Give it a shot. I'd like to know. It's very, very expensive. Very expensive. So you can't really network too much through there because it's so darn expensive. Secondly, in the past, there's been no control over when you have a piece of information. How are you going to sell it without somebody going behind your back? We're going to show you how to do it for residential and otherwise. This whole service started out of a book that I read called Business at the Speed of Thought. Before any listing goes on a real estate board, it is a thought in your head. That person is thinking of listing next month. I'm going to be going to his house and I'm going to list the property. That's just a thought. There's nothing in writing yet, right? That thought, we call it coming for sale. How many people here think that you're going to be getting a listing in the next 3 to 6 months, something? Okay? So do you pretty well feel that you're going to be getting a listing? Can you give me an idea of what you might be getting?
Residential.
Yeah.
Looking at
A single family?
yes. Single
Roughly how much money?
somewhere around. It's a townhouse. So,
So it's around 700,000-800,000?
yes.
Okay. So coming for, you could theoretically put Mississauga coming for sale, townhouse, approximately $700,000. That's it. You could do an ad like that. And I'm going to show you how it can be done. By the way, you can do it with builders. Builders say, I don't want to give you a listing. You bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. That kind of thing. And here it is. Take a picture of this or you're missing out right now. This is the key of our presentation today when it comes to information. This is how people make $50,000 within 90 days of learning it. It's very, very exciting. And I'm going to demonstrate how one lady, Doreen Francis from Realty Networks, she saw somebody that was trying to sell space, of all things, that was for a church. Space for a church. Like, she's a residential agent, but she called them up. And she asked the first question. The person always said he wouldn't give a listing. So who are you going to ask this to? Anybody that says to you, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission. All the FSBOs are like that. You can ask these 3 questions. And so I'm going to be looking for your feedback on this. Let's go through it. So you ask them the first question. Will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Anybody have problems with that question? No. Nobody usually does. Let's move on to the second question. The second question is, verbally, you're asking them this. If you get a signed listing, you don't have to do this. But if you cannot get the signed listing, you ask this second question. Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer to show your property to? Once I get a buyer, would you sign a 48-hour exclusive listing? Does anybody have a problem with that? By the way, up in Lake Tahoe, all those multi-million-dollar movie star properties, a lot of them are being sold this way. Right here, just like this. This concept. This is a real estate concept. This is not computers. This is real estate concept for real estate people here. This is a strategy. Now, some people say, well, they get a 1-week listing or 24-hour exclusive listing. Some of the guys that do motels, they try to get a little longer. But you can do the same thing on a residential property, the same thing. You can be asking this. Somebody's got a residential property for sale. You ask them these questions. Now, some brokers didn't succeed, and they come to me after and say, Gary, you have a pledge. You know, I'm supposed to be making money. I didn't make any money. And I says, what's the 3 questions? And he says, well, I asked them, will they give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? And they said no. Is that the question? I'm asking.
Once I have it.
Once I have a buyer. He wasn't asking that. Will you pay me a commission and list the property in 48 hours? They weren't asking the question right. We went 1 year without putting this in red because some people were missing the point about what's in red. If you don't ask the red and the black in each of these sentences exactly the way it is, it's very easy to get a no. Sometimes you get a no here because the person didn't understand the question. So you show them a copy of the ad. But you ask them this 3rd question, and this is what most brokers don't do. You ask for permission to advertise their property, but you tell them you're going to do it without disclosing the address. If it's a for sale by owner, and he doesn't have to give you a listing, and you said, is it okay if I advertise it, what's he going to say? Beautiful. Knock yourself out. Spend thousands of dollars. I love it. So you get a yes, yes, yes. So now you have some information that you can put on ICIWorld. But here's the caveat. According to RICO, and this works for all provinces and states in the United States and Canada, somewhere in your guidelines of rules of conduct and codes of ethics, there's going to be something that you must not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify, and that's the key word, identify specific real estate, unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing. In other words, if you're going to give an address to somebody, you must have a signed listing. But if you don't put the address, you can network information. You can say $1 million home, Mississauga, Ontario, $1.2 million, ground level family room, overlooking ravine lot, double car garage. You can put the pictures if you want, but what's going to happen, people are going to go direct on you. And do you have a signed listing? Yeah. Then what you've done is you've identified the property with the pictures. So just because you have the pictures, does it make it right to put it on the internet? No. So we actually recommend against putting the picture. Okay. Now, here's another reason why. When somebody calls you, now you can identify the people who you're dealing with. Let's talk about an MLS listing. We're suggesting that you might not even want to put the address for an MLS listing. Now, that might blow you all away. I've served on MLS committees. If somebody sees the address, is it possible that they can go to the owner and talk to them directly themselves? Could they ask them, by the way, can you mind me asking when your listing expires? Oh, next week. Do you mind if I come back and talk to you after the listing expires? Do you mind? Could some people be doing that?
Yes.
And then after the listing expires, here you have worked so hard to generate that buyer, and they don't want to relist with you, and you wonder why? It just doesn't sound right. And then later on you find out, well, he sold it himself. He didn't sell it himself. You actually triggered the lead during the term of the listing, and the people went direct. So what we're suggesting is that you use ICIWorld to trigger a lead during the term of the listing, identify the person who called, and then if they happen to buy it later or whatnot, you actually have the name of the person that you introduced the property during the term of the listing, and you have your carryover provision to cover you. Understood? Sound good?
Can you repeat that part?
You want to identify people during the term of the listing first, then give them the address, rather than just letting them go direct. There's 3.5 billion people on the internet where we are. There's a lot of sharks in the ocean, and the sharks in the ocean will go behind your back. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. And when that happens, that's a $20,000, $30,000 commission that you just lost. You got to guard your information. As professionals in this business, that's our confidential information when we know about something. So what's going to happen now, you advertise this property on the internet, somebody calls you, you haven't got a signed listing, so you know you can't give them the address. What's the first thing they ask you for, though, when they call you?
Where is the property? What area?
That's right. The first thing they do is they ask you for the address, right? So I'm suggesting you can make a statement like this, that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I'll try to set it up on Saturday. You come to my office, and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. When they ask you for the address, you say, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. And then on Friday, what do you do the day before your showing? You go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive agreement from the owner. This gives you a chance now to put all kinds of opportunities now on the internet on ICIWorld, as long as you do it this way, and you'll stay out of trouble. No problem. Any questions on that? Now we'll give you a couple of little short tests. Coming for sale. Somebody asks you for the address. What are you going to say? What you can say in a case like that is, you know, I should be getting, in this particular case, I have to put an agreement in place first, but I should be getting the listing signed in the middle of May. I'm going to put your name on a list, and once I get the listing signed, I'll call you back. You can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound? Isn't that nice? That way you can be generating leads even before you get the listing. Advertising information. Does that give it away if I said Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money? Does it give it away? Can you tell which restaurant it is?
We can do like this, right?
Yes. As long as you don't put the address. But what if I said Mississauga restaurant at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, $350,000 making money? Is that okay? Okay, how many think I'm giving it away? 1, 2, 3. How many don't think I'm giving it away? How many don't know? Don't know? You actually are giving it away, because there might be 3 restaurants at that corner. And if you go there, how long does it take for you to go to those 3 restaurants and ask them, is it for sale?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, half an hour. Okay? And then if the commission is 10%, which it is on businesses, that's $35,000. That's enough to put your kids through 1 year of school and university. To buy a car, go on a nice vacation. All because you gave a tip on where that property was. Because they're going to pump you for it. They're going to want to know where it is. If this was $1 million home, you might say Meadowville. That's it. But then if they say, well, whereabouts in Meadowville? And they start pinning you down, and it's around the corner from blah, 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 blah. Believe it or not, they'll try to go direct. How about this one here? Toronto does this give it away, this ad, Toronto Triplex, 750? No. What if I said it's at the corner of Ossington and Bloor next to the Pizza?
Yes, of course.
I'm giving it away. I'm giving you some simple ones now because it's going to get a little harder in a minute. Okay, so most owners will give you permission to do it this way. If the owner of a restaurant doesn't give you permission, you got to show them the ad. Mississauga restaurant, $350, making money, that's it. That could be any restaurant. So if they say no to one of these questions, you got to show them the ad. Because don't forget, a lot of people, they don't want to put it on MLS. Does a restaurant owner want his restaurant on MLS? Is that good for business or bad for business?
Most
be bad.
cases you're talking here is commercial, really.
A lot of-
Residential,
this
I
is
don't
where we
see
started
anyone-
from.
Yeah, I don't see any residential, they don't want to. be
The
on
FSBOs are like that. If you have a piece of information where the
MLS. And the
FSBO
fiscal,
owner,
they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to sell by themselves.
they want to save it on the listing portion, but almost every, I don't care whether it's Comfree, PropertyGuys.com, all of those,
What, $2.99?
all those,
No, but most of them will pay the cooperating broker.
Yeah,
I know.
they pay the
So-
2.5%.
So why not
Point-
put this
the
with
point-
Comfree?
No, but the point here is that if you know that they're gonna pay you a commission, you can advertise it, try to get the buyer, and bring it to them.
So here, all we talk about is trying to get a buyer, not to really get a listing.
not really. We're talking about getting listing. If you talk to a for sale by owner and says, I don't want to give you a listing, but I'll pay you a commission.
Yeah.
You ask them 3 questions. What are the 3 questions? Let's go. What are they? What's the first question?
Will you pay me commission?
If I bring a
If I
buyer,
bring a buyer.
If I bring a buyer.
Yeah.
That's number 1, and you get a yes.
Yeah.
What's the second question?
48 hours exclusive listing, if I have a buyer.
If I bring a buyer, would you give me a 40? He says yes. What's the third question?
Can I advertise the property?
Without
I
showing
think
the.
Without showing the address? And I say yes. So now you advertise that for sale by owner on ICIWorld. Are you with me? That's like listing in type information, but you're not giving the address.
Again, all we're doing here is really try to get a buyer for whatever.
That's right. You
what we
advertise
do.
it on ICIWorld, and
you
then a
look for
buyer
buyers.
calls you.
Yeah, you work looking for buyers.
Again, a quick question. When
Sure.
you ask like, will you pay me a commission when I bring a buyer? They'll ask how much you are going to charge.
Then you
that could be
negotiate
the
it.
question.
You negotiate it right
Yeah,
then and there.
Because like, I mean.
2.5%, whatever it is, you negotiate it right then and there. Get it done up front, and then you know, hopefully you're not going to have a problem.
Because you don't have anything in writing, right?
Now, I want to continue to ask, because she brought up a good question about listings. Let's say that property does not sell. A lot of the for sale by owners, they don't sell themselves by the owner. They end up getting sold by licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. If a for sale by owners, you call the people in Kijiji trying to sell the properties themselves, they get a lot of crackpots calling them. They get lowball offers all the time. They're going through a lot of frustration that you know how to go through and deal with. And they get fed up with it right up to here. They get fed up. So if you were a broker and you tried to do this and you got a couple of people and you showed that property once or twice or 3 times maybe, someday when they finally do list it properly on MLS, who might get the listing? It could be you. Those are the stories I'm getting from the members. Because you showed them some service and an interest, and secondly, you struck up a little bit of a business relationship with those people. Okay, you've got an open line of communications. Sooner or later, they're going to say, oh, forget it. The husband talks with his wife, and they say, okay, forget it. Why don't we give it to those people at HomeLife? They've been coming here all the time, and they've shown it a couple of times. Let's get it on. Let's go with them. So you can actually use this ICIWorld to actually get listings.
I can see that all this ICI definitely works in the commercial world a lot, much easier than the residential. Residential, we are dealing with, like, really, how much chance do we sell it, like, multiple, like, by ourselves? Very few. My year, one deal, buy and sell. Once a year, that's period. That's my case. And so what I see is, commercial definitely, residential is really, is still
When
two agents.
we were actually doing this service for 20 years commercial, and we moved into residential a couple of years ago. And the more I got into it, the more I found, holy smokes, does it ever work good? The reason it doesn't work in residential is because you've never been doing it. People have not been doing it here. They've been doing it in Lake Tahoe. They've been doing it in other centers where you have high expensive homes that they don't want it on MLS. They want it. Lake Tahoe is in Nevada. That's where you can go skiing in one day up at the top of the mountain and go down to the bottom. They got about 10 casinos. They got 10 casinos there, and it's real high-end stuff.
Yeah, then that's different.
And a lot of this stuff is done there.
Yeah.
And then what I saw is MLS, everybody was worried about MLS. What's going to happen to MLS when everybody can advertise on the internet themselves, And I started to see all these individual people starting to put their houses for sale on the internet all over the place. That's all exclusive type information that we can be working through ICIWorld. So we can take all this scattering of information, all these for sale by owners, and we could start putting them in this one spot, almost like a real estate board when you think about it. All this exclusive information. Even though you don't have a signed contract with them, you're giving people an easy chance to find out about certain properties. And those people still pay 2.5%. So you can still actually use it in residential real estate more than ever before because of the advent of the internet. That's what I'm finding. We've only been doing this for 2 years. For residential.
Yeah.
And every broker on this network loves it. They like it. And they're getting activity. I myself got an offer within 24 to 48 hours on the property I had in Milton. It wasn't quite what they wanted. Well, it was almost what they wanted, but it wasn't quite.
Is it private buyer?
It was from another broker.
Oh, from another.
It was a broker that was on ICIWorld. They brought in an offer right away within 48 hours. And it was about a week before we were able to get it all onto Treb. And then we had the open house, and then we accepted offers on the following Tuesday. And the original people almost got it, but it was other people from Treb that eventually sold it on residential. But it could have been, you know, and so it shows you that there's activity out there anyways. Okay, let's move on. Finish this off. Lindsay, SO gas station, does that give it away or no? How many say no? How many say no? How many say yes? The yeses win.
Maybe.
Why?
Because
Why?
you don't know how many.
There's only one SO gas station in Lindsay.
Correct.
Now, the reason I show you this, if you have a residential property and you're giving it away, you have to be like a detective. Can I figure it out?
Yeah.
Because if they can figure it out, they can go right around behind your back and deal direct because you don't have anything signed in writing. So how would you advertise that? You could say branded gas station 1 hour to Toronto. Okay? You got it? I'm showing you how to be smart here. How to be smart. Let's go to the next one. Brantford Shopping Center, $30 million.
Also maybe.
Does that give it away?
Yes.
You say yes. How many say no? How many don't
Maybe.
know? How many don't know? You don't know.
How many
There's
shopping
only one
centers?
shopping
Depends
center.
on
It actually does give it
Small
away.
town.
Why?
There's only one.
There's only one. Okay, so you have to think, when you work with an information service, you have to think, does my ad give it away? Okay? This isn't, all right. How about this bottom one here? I don't think you have to worry about that because there's lots of plazas that are 500,000. Okay, we're going to start to wrap it up. Mobilize websites. By the way, how many people here are interested in today's offer, $240 for 18 months? How many people here today? Okay, 1, 2, 3. You're thinking about it?
Yes,
Okay, you can talk about it. 4 and 4.
I'm thinking.
Okay, so that's good. All right, so we're just going to wrap it up here. Mobile websites. You're going to have a beautiful mobile website, and I want to show you what you can do with these mobile websites. Let me just show you 2 websites. One of them. Now, this is where your heart, mind, and soul, this website is $16.50. Okay?
You design this website for $16 only?
Yeah. It's all included in your membership. All the design. It's worth, honest to God, it's worth $1,000. It's all included in your membership.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Now, the pictures, these pictures,
what can you do?
these pictures come from you. Okay?
Ah,
These pictures here, they
okay.
come from you.
What else do we have to supply? But here say 50 one-time setup, right?
Actually, we're the 50 one-time setup, that's even waived.
If we
That's
buy the
included.
membership, that,
Okay.
and then automatically you guys create a website for us like that?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes.
what if we have the websites then?
You should keep your website.
So
Remember I
this is
said
separate.
it's, look, we support all websites in the world for brokers.
Okay.
So if you have one, you put the widgets on your website. You
Okay.
put the widgets on your existing website. Start there.
So
And
you
then
do that.
if you would also
you-
like to have one of
you
these.
incorporate that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So
the
I'm going to show you another. I'm going to show you another one.
I don't have any website, so.
I'm going to fix you up and you're going to have a beautiful website. Here's another one. This is in Etobicoke. This lady listed a home,
What about
Irene.
this one?
She listed this home in Etobicoke. And we got the pictures in Etobicoke of the home. You tell me, isn't this beautiful? Hey? Isn't this gorgeous? So these pictures are coming from Irene. Irene supplied these pictures. We showed her how to put these pictures on here. You can actually go in and change the website and make changes, and we show you how to do that. You know?
But do you have templates?
Yeah,
We have templates, but it's HTML that you can do anything you want with HTML. Okay, you can design it the way you want. But we start with some basics. What makes it interesting is if you have a website with residential on it, it makes your website look residential. If you have a website with commercial pictures here, it makes your website look commercial. Or you can have a website with the skyline of the city of Toronto. You can put any pictures here you want to. This is up to you and your heart, mind, and soul for your business, how you want to do it. Now, we suggest you don't just get the free pictures off the internet. We suggest that you buy them. They're about $10 to $15 each. You can get them from Shutterstock. The reason is there's copyright infringement problems on the internet. And over the last 20 years, there's been 7 people that we know, they put their pictures on the internet and they got sued by, what's that company? I forget the name of the company. But it's what our lawyers say, it's a frivolous attempt to collect money, but you got to treat it seriously. That's the wording that I got from them. Nobody ever paid them, but it's better just to have peace of mind to buy the pictures. In this case, she took the pictures. These are her pictures. Okay, and this is a house that she has for sale. So that's what you can do with these websites. It's $16.50. This is what makes you the money. All of these little links, now you can't see them back here, but you see all of these little links down here? These are the links that make you the money when people click on these things here. Okay? And if you have a property for sale in Muskoka, maybe one property, you can have Muskoka on your website. You know, you can make cottages. You can make a power of sale button. There's so many things you can do with this. And we show you how to log into it, how to make changes. And every broker likes it.
So you're saying that we have to do those things by ourselves, really?
My job in the little $240 that you start with me, my job is to get it up and running, ready for you to make money with a domain name. The only thing that costs you extra is a domain name, which is approximately $10 to $15 per year. We suggest you get it, that you own it. Someday, if you don't want this website, instead of pointing to this website, you can point to another website company and you don't lose any service. Okay? Because you control the domain name. You can just point it to a different website someday if you want to. That's the only other extra cost you have.
So that website is mobile friendly?
Yes.
Beautiful mobile friend. Let me show you. What's her name? It says, excuse me, reinvestments.com. Hang on one second. Let's see if we can just do it right now. reinvestments.ca. Okay, so this is her website that's going to come up, I hope. Oh yeah, it's going to take maybe just a little while. Maybe I put it closer. Where's the router? Up this way?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's having trouble coming in. But it is mobile. I can do it. Pardon me?
May I ask you, there are different prices for the website or always is the same price?
Actually, that's a good question. There's actually 3 levels of website.
Okay.
The first website is called an express website. Okay? By the way, her website finally did come up. Okay? And I'm going to click on one of them. I'm going to click. I want you to see how the homes appear because you haven't seen this yet. It's just taken time here. The first level is Express, which is $199 per year or $19 per month. The second level is Professional, which is about $600 a year, $550. And there's a mini CRM in these websites. A mini CRM means it can collect prospects and clients, and you can email them right from the website. The third level is called the Elite website. I have that. It's about $1,400 a year, but you don't need it unless you're setting up your own brokerage someday. But the Professional website, most people don't go to the Professional one until they made $25,000 or $50,000 with this one, and then they move up.
The professional is how much? I'm sorry?
It's about $50 per month, $49 per month. But once a year, I've seen that they have a special on for $390. So it's possible to get it for that if you just wait, you know, and you'll get it a little bit cheaper. So I'm still waiting for
So you can switch,
you can switch it anytime.
anytime.
That's right. That's right. But the most important thing that I try to do is to get the website up, ready to make money, and then you start talking all your cousins, your relatives, your family, get them all to put this website, which if this was your website, get them to put this on their mobile phone. Now, do you know at the beginning how I was showing you how to add a shortcut?
How can you do that? Like
Just the way I was showing you today, how to add a shortcut. On her case, you see the 3 dots up here?
Yeah.
Click on the 3 dots to add the shortcut.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So
I'm waiting for these homes to come up
you
here.
can see the small icon on the screen then,
Yes.
once you add the shortcut.
The answer is yes. Now, if anybody needs a stapler to staple your business card to that, and I can actually also process a credit card with a swiper too if you want. I'm still waiting for that to come up. Can you, there's some pictures that are going to come up here in a minute. It's just taking a long time where we are. On this one here, it should be faster. If I clicked here and clicked on GTA Homes, bingo, it comes up right away because we're connected with the wire. And I don't know, I'll click on this one here and just see how this comes up. And it comes up right away. You're going to have these beautiful homes on your website. Isn't that lovely? This is what's going to be showing up on your phone. Okay, so that's the websites. And to wrap it up, we support all websites in the world. You can have more than one website. They're like billboards. It's the new internet revolution. We also conduct once a month how to promote your website. Very important session. It's no good having a website if you don't have any people coming to it, so we're going to teach you how to do that. The only thing you have to do with your website is to log into it once a month. That's it. Once a month is your responsibility to log into the website. You don't go in it every day. There's a one-time setup and you're done. It works automatically for you while you're doing other things. It works automatically, updating itself every single day. Make sure you remember our pledge. Everybody can remind each other. If anybody's not making money every 90 days or generating or triggering leads, you make sure you give us a call. What do you do now? You take advantage of the special, which we've offered here in the class. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. And I appreciate your feedback, any suggestions you have as well. So thank you for our session today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.